5 seconds remaining. Radiant team ban. Dire team ban. Radiant team ban. Ten seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining. Team ban. Radiant team ban. Ten seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining. Dire team ban. Radiant team ban. Ten seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining.
Hello everybody and welcome to your first series of the day here for ESL 1 Los Angeles 2020 online. It's the European and CIS group stage as we kick things off here on ESL Join Dota Red with NIGMA up against Bait. I'm Gareth, joined by Lacoste, and we're there for the first pick. Lacoste, good morning. It's going to be a good series.
I'm Gary. Good morning to you and to all ladies and gentlemen watching our stream. Man, I can't believe NIGMA is the last place in group.
I know.
We know that they had some rough performances, you know, somehow they always managed to fight back. Is it time to start right now?
And I was thinking with Shadow Demon and against, you know, Grimstroke, you've got Magic Damage, Gap Close, a long duration stun that you can set up for with Disruption. But Jakiro is going to give you a lot more team fight and I guess a lot more laning presence than a Mirana would.
Ten seconds.
Damn it, I was just going to go look at... Start talking about... You're a step ahead of me, Lacoste. Nice. Yeah, there's quite a few of those heroes up above 60%, right? I mean, if we look at heroes like with, you know, 20 plus games, TA, Wyvern are at 59, just below that 60% mark. But you've got Nyx Assassin 63, Oracle at 61. I feel like we've not seen that much Oracle. You know, we cast a lot of China and it just wasn't that prominent. But I guess in some of these other regions showing out, it's very strong. That Alchemist was scaring me though. 11 games, 9 wins, 2 losses, 82%. If people start clocking on... Yeah, there's quite a few of those heroes up above 60%, right? I mean... If we look at heroes like with 20 plus games, TA Wyvern are at 59, just below that 60% mark. But you've got Nyx Assassin 63, Oracle at 6.
Dire team pick.
Gonna get baited by the Lina pick.
Razor is still in the pool if they want to go that route. Alrighty.
Sven, get that Aghanims up. Very good gap close onto Io, Lina, whichever one of them is a core. They hate being jumped on by heroes like Timber and Sven. And it's even more stun, but guaranteed stun from the position 1. We've been wondering why Sven has been ignored for the past couple of weeks. And now we're seeing him pop back up.
5 seconds remaining.
It's a lot of tower damage, and Timbersaw will provide Sven with the vision that he needs in a fight to go for those targets. Man, Shadow Demon, I think this hero is one of the, I wouldn't say under heroes, but underpicked how strong he is. Like his Soul Catcher in the mid game, if you have this serious amount of burst damage from Sven, Jakiro, Timbersaw, this hero is insane. Reducing their HP by 35%.
Yep.
When it's maxed out.
Destroy that DK. Well, out goes the TA, which is what I was wondering with the kind of bait into the Lina pick, but it looks like it's probably going to be the Lina mid now. As the final ban from bait.
5 seconds remaining.
Is there anything in particular you want to get rid of? I'm kind of leaning towards a POS 3 hero. Beastmaster is their choice. I was kind of thinking Legion Commander or something as that additional jump and catch. Final pickup for bait. Probably the mid matchup against Lina.
They could get something like a Viper. Break Dragonite on top of that. Good laner against Lina.
Seconds remaining. Go ahead. Select your heroes.
Okay, Grimstroke. Well, over on bait, King R, Shadow Demon, Ghost Stick on the Timbersaw, LeBron, Jakir, Excalibur, Sven, and Dendy on the Pugna. I'm leaning bait. I like their draft. I'm a big fan of seeing Pugna mid against Lina is going to be an interesting matchup. And of course, they've got a Timbersaw up against a Dragon Knight. And that mid game should be pretty potent.
If they could into Viper against Spectre and Dragonite, man.
Yeah, you felt like they should be coming. Dendy should have listened. But there we have it. 5v5 draft done. ESL 1 LA 2020 online, of course, sponsored by Mercedes Boats. Each region has a contender going towards that $50,000 value, which the MVP wins. Welcome back in. We're not quite in properly yet. We should have talked about the draft a little bit more there, Lacoste. That's my fault.
To the draft. So, NIGMA is one of the heroes that we're gonna see more of. This hero received huge buff. Cooldown on his ulti reduced from 22 seconds to 7 seconds, which is not a big deal. 15 seconds reduced cooldown.
Only 15 seconds.
You can do that multiple times. Also, I want to see which kind of a skill build Dendi goes for. I'd prefer to have Equipify maxed out. Once you hit level 6, you'll have 2, 3, 1. With the life drain, like it's 9-second cooldown, and if you max it out 6-second cooldown with 7-second cooldown on life drain, so you can permanently decryptify and life drain people.
It is a really nasty combo. What are we looking at, like, odds-wise here? GG bet 1.28 for NIGMA, 3.52 for bait. So pretty NIGMA favored. Want to give us a like 50-50 percentage-wise on the draft? Which way are you leaning?
It's hard for me to tell for certain heroes like how strong the drafts are. It's always been like that. Like Alchemist, I never feel like it's a good Alchemist game. I don't know why, I just can't feel it. I don't know. Same goes for Spectre. Like these two heroes are very hard for me to read.
Oh, I see.
That, in my opinion, Bait has a better draft. I just love their draft. I would go 60-40 for Bait.
Oh man, I wish I was looking at mid lane. Lina, so Lina was here next to the observer ward hadn't been planted yet by Dendi.
Here, Gary, I can't see your mouse.
Where I had some drawing on the map where the dire ward is, next to the dire tier 1. That ward hadn't been, and Lina was there trying to scout for where the ward was. And Dendi, I think, was like dancing around the trees, juking around. Some trees got cut down by light strike array. Dendi must have dodged it out, but there was a nice little, dance of death between Lina and Pogne in the mid lane. But Dendi placed the ward after Lina left, so Weehaw has no idea that the vision is there.
What I've been waiting for.
And another disconnect. Yeah, when you say here, this reminds me when I'm playing like first-person shooters with my friends, and they see enemy and they start screaming, "He's there!" And I'm asking like, where? Like they're right in front of me. I don't know which one of you. We're playing like 5 stack.
Maybe
my
here.
friends are just dumb. I don't know.
Top left. Which left? Right. Wait. God damn it. Oh, a lot of my friends get a bit confused with right and left. They struggle.
And you know what I get confused with?
North, south, east, and west.
Exactly. It's like southeastern part of the map, southeastern part of the map is getting invaded, and I just ping. I don't know where that is. Draw me. But
draw. I can't draw. All right, hang on. We can draw on the minimap.
No, I need to be super concentrated to know the sides. I know some people struggle with just right and left.
Yeah.
Whether you believe it or not, like some people need to be focused to or just raise the right hand to know which side is right. Sounds dumb, but it's just how the brain works.
Or you raise your left hand and you make an L with your forefinger, your pointer, and your thumb, and then you know that's left because you can draw an L with it.
Yeah, that's pretty smart. I was like, yeah, you can do that with the right hand, but you need to twist it.
Yeah, you're gonna turn it upside down.
With it, it's still L.
God damn it.
That's not really helping, Gary.
Double L. Just take the L, Lacoste. All right, calm down. So what are the lanes actually setting up as here? Let's talk some Dota 2. Spectre and Io down bottom against Timbus or Shadow Demon. Kiro's gonna go top to be with a Sven. That's a DK Grimstroke lane. I kinda like Bait's line up here in the lanes as well.
Bottom lane should do fine. You're playing Timbersaw against a Strength hero and a Spectre, which is melee, so you're gonna always get good Whirling Deaths off, and they don't really threaten a kill on you. There's no burst damage, so this is a staying lane. One of the reasons why they put Io with Spectre instead of having a Grimstroke. There isn't kill potential on the top lane. You can have, we've seen how potent that is. Inkswell, AA, and Dragonite was a very popular lane in China, like 4 to 5 second stun. That's the same thing with the Inkswell.
Sure is. but then bottom lane, they probably get the sword to, you know, level 3 or 4, and then Shadow Demon can start rotating, right? He can leave the lane, Timber can 1v2.
Now look how aggressive they are on the top lane. Mind control using fire and Stroke of Fate, bringing Sven to half HP.
He does have the help of the headdress from LeBron. Plenty of tangos there for Sven as well. Timbersaw, I didn't think they'd be able to kill him, but they're going on him level 1. Fair enough, NIGMA. Getting that first blood on a hero I thought would be doing pretty damn well in his bot lane, but I guess level 1, he's gone Whirling Death, no reactive armor, so the tankiness just wasn't there.
Well, that's one way to lose a game. Like, Nimmershot doesn't really should die in this lane. Kingar went for the creep wave to drag it out, and the Nigma punished him.
I'm glad I looked up at the top, you know, the hero health bars, and I was thinking, wait a second, Timbersaw's on like 10% HP. What's happening down there? Down he goes. Top lane Excalibur still taking a beating. Mind Control and Kuroki getting a very good pull. We'll be able to deny a lot of those Radiant creeps. Excalibur getting a deny himself. Looking to contest the Grimstroke, but a little difficult to get that job done. And mid lane, we've got to pay attention there as well. We at 9-3, Dendy 8-0. So reasonably close between those two. Oh, it's bottom lane, they go again. This overcharge from GH, allowing Miracle just to whack away at Ghost 6 Timbersaw, forcing the salve, and he's still only level 2.
Now Shadow Demon has, but they can't play aggressive in this lane. Like, what do you do with Disruption? You can pop it and get a deny or 2.
Does my mic sound okay to you, Lacoste?
Yes, it does.
Yeah, you sound fine to me as well. It's people in, a couple of people in chat saying it doesn't sound so great, but that's a bit interesting. Might be Twitch encoding that's glitching out. I'll have a look later on and see if we can figure out what's happening there. So it all looks good on my end. And beautiful, Lacoste. Kingar getting dived. Miracle and GH, yeah, they're going under this tier 1. They want this Shadow Demon real bad. GH will take it. Nothing there that Ghostic can do.
I believe this should not happen. Like, they misplayed this lane. Disruption and Shadow Demon not putting the pressure early on, going for the creep wave to drag it out. I mean, you have Timbersaw, you don't really need to do it. Instead, if you're just there spamming poison, giving level 2 to Timbersaw. No, Timbersaw is level 3. I don't think he should die, but I've been wrong twice already with these 2 kills.
Yeah. I genuinely thought Kingar would stay here for the first like 4 minutes and then, you know, sod off, go across to mid lane, find a kill on Wheat, but he has to stick around as he will sandwich in towards mid lane. Looks like he's going to stack up some Ancients or something. Go.
And I love the build on Dandy as well. Nether Ward against Lina, very efficient. Also Nether Ward level 2. Level 1, sorry, right now is Netherworld that was level 2 like 2 weeks ago. Lina will pick up the Illusion Rune, not the best rune. Probably the worst one, to be honest. But, you know, it received buff. Later on when you have Bottle, you can do some juking, dispelling.
Yeah, it's pretty cool. I mean, what did we see in China? Someone got out of like a kinetic field with Puck, right? Popping the Illusion Rune, yeah. Some real nifty little things you can do with it. GH getting a good pull into the camp. Ghostic has that full wave in front of him. And top lane, this top side of the map we thought would be much more, I thought definitely would be much more aggressive with DK Grimstroke against Sven and Jakiro. No kills at all. Nothing's happening.
They definitely can't kill Dragonite. Way too much regen, Fairy Fire. Look at him, Soul Ring. Also gets a point in Dragon Tail. Like, he understands that he's already having enough regen, so he does not have to put more points in Dragon Blood early on. Like Sven right now, boots, Ring of Protection, has enough gold to buy Morbid Mask if he wants to. If the lane is not going well, he can always switch back to jungle.
Oh, that was so close. They disrupt him up, and these two supports, a lot of damage, but no additional stuns.
TP out.
Very good TP. Back. He goes.
Lane.
Beautifully done. That was so close to him losing. I don't know. Double nulls, I guess.
You have much to learn about fighting dragons.
Yeah,
Just diving the tower.
Kuro was there, but he didn't cast any of his spells. That's gonna mean that a lot of pressure will be put on the tower. Like, this is a kill build from Mind Control. 3-1-1.
Attacked like nobody.
Sure is. Damn, that's my bad, guys. Should have been looking up top. 8 minutes in. Kuroki now finding Jakiro with mind control. Chain stunned into oblivion. And Paul LeBron is going to be the 8th kill of the game. 8 minutes in, all belonging to NIGMA. We with GH swinging down south. If they kill off this Timbersaw, I feel like Ghost Stick is really the linchpin here. He's the most important hero on the map for the bait to get themselves up and running, right? Because he's what's going to set the tempo. He's TPing out. Oh, so smart. He sees them coming.
He's the only one who can, like, rotate, make stuff happen at the moment. Pagna is level 6/7, so they're gonna put some pressure on the tower. Here comes the rotation. Once again, NIGMA doing a very good job defending their tier 1 tower. They understand how much damage can Pagna do.
Is under attack.
Thank you, chat. Everyone letting us know it sounds just fine. Yeah, just a Twitch issue for a couple of people. No, sometimes you get these audio glitches on Twitch, which I think is probably what happened there. As long as it's not on our side, everything's good. I'm a little low. I can turn myself up a touch. Usually people like to hear Lacoste a little louder than me, though, and I fully agree. Beautiful Croatian voice.
Top lane, Dragon Knight will take the tower. They're also putting the pressure on the mid tower, who is really low. Meanwhile, Spectre is just farming. I'm switching to network. I don't know about you.
Absolutely. Took a quick peek earlier on. Up at the top. 4.5k. Ghost Stick pressuring Miracle here, but he has the backup of Kuroki. Inkswell level 3. Miracle has 13 watch charges and Haunt. It looks like they'll try and get the starts forward. Inkswell up and try to bring down Ghost. Gets a disruption on the Spectre. Look at it in. Chain Stun looking to blade him down, and the 5 heroes all here from NIGMA. The tempo setting Timbersaw annihilated by NIGMA, and Dendi was trying to come into that bot lane to make the action continue. He was just a little too slow on the little green skeleton.
NIGMA is just playing too fast at the moment for bait. They took the tier 1 tower on the top lane, now the mid one. They have this global presence from Spectre and Io's relocate. Lina extremely farmed. What is she sitting at? 2,400 gold.
I just noticed that Dire's bottom.
Disruption. Ice Path. First kill of the game. 9-1. Down goes Kuroki's Grimstroke. All this action down bottom now, creating space for Sven, so Excalibur is able to accelerate a little bit. Looking for that massive mana you were mentioning. Treads, Mom, Armlet queued up straight after. So he definitely wants to hit that pre-20-minute Sven. Big boy timing. GH just permanently playing with Wee now, roaming around the map. Double damage rune ending for Wee's Lina. But has Laguna played back up, and the majority of yours is completed.
The amount of stress.
Right? No.
Yeah, it's a full gold scepter. He just needs to use the courier. Laguna Blade, another stun.
Wait a second.
50 damage. Just hit him in the base.
Was he 50 HP when he landed?
Yes.
Very fortunate. Well, it forces him back into the fountain, away from the jungle camps. They've still got this Radiant Wall watching and farming. Dragonite holding out on tier bottom. And it is just the death squad. Lina Io running around. And where does the Dire go? They can't go top lane. Look at all the lines being drawn by NIGMA saying this is where they have to be. They're not top, they're not mid, they have to be all 5 in their triangle because nowhere else is safe.
It's so hard for them to make a rotation right now with their wards. Like Shadow Demon has ulti ready, but you know there's Spectre ulti relocate from Io, so they need to stick together, otherwise they're gonna get them.
Dragonite super close to blink. Where's the Io mech? Yeah, 600 odd gold away from it. Timbersaw moving into the hood, slowly but surely building up. What's Dandy got? That's an arcane ring. Wait, Dandy's net worth 4,000. Arcane boots, null tally. Bottom wand. 700 gold in the bank. It doesn't really have a primary item as such. And then you look at the Spectre. 5.8k net worth. Manta Star is just an orb away. 2,000 gold off it.
One good thing about Pogana is that he can one-shot those illusions from Spectre.
So we, in the midst of it all here, they play aggressively, and it looks like they might pay for it. That relocate out though saves the Lina, and Miracle. It's a full opening for the Spectre to chase into King R. Up by the Phantom's Embrace. Click it down to Indy, but the stroke of fate, beautifully placed, takes down 2 supports on the side of Bear, as NIGMA somehow also keeping Wee alive during that. Immediately smoked back up and running at bait. They want more. They want some core kills. Still not enough. 11 to 1 in with a ink spell connected too, and it is just so easy for Wee. Timbersaw's in a lot of trouble now. He can chain a little bit further away, and the Ice Path will block them out, but Yule's up into Light Strike Array, demolishing bait. One by one, the dominoes fall over. A stun to jump in from mind control. He's got another ink spell. It's just time to perfection. Gorgeous Dota 2 from NIGMA. Oh, non-stop.
Downer, but they call this game. Like, we still haven't seen Sven in action. He's 0-1-0, building towards that armor, but he should definitely join a fight with the team soon. Like, all these small pieces from NIGMA are coming together. Dragonite with the dagger pickup, now they can use Ink Spell, which is maxed out. I will finish mech in a couple of seconds. Doesn't have like the best roach. If they group up as 5, they can take it.
Dendy's out in the open here. What's the Dire vision like, actually? Yeah, non-existent. See Miracle farming bottom, but Spectre, what, 80 seconds into haunt? I guess maybe make a play down there, but outside of that, they see where their lanes are. Mind Control and Kuroki showing top, so they do swing into mid. Try and take down that objective. Soulblight is there from Kuro and the double Laguna Blade. I don't know, bait. This was a little ballsy from you. Inkswell is going to catch both of them on the way through. A nice ice path. Well, a little bit of time for Ghosting here, but never going to be enough. Miracle still tanking through. God Strength and Stun and LeBron trying to get himself out there, but King Arm will be the 4th and final casualty of war as they dive forward, take down the SD and Excalibur. What do? Bounty runes, you hit some jungle creeps and you cry in your jungle.
I can understand bait in a situation where they are in right now. It's a desperation smoke, like you have to do something, no one knows what the plan is because you don't have a clear target.
And they see like 2 or 3 heroes showing top and bottom, so they think, oh, we can go mid, but there's, you know, relocate, there's TPs, there's potential to haunt now in 10 seconds.
So that's gonna be full Manta style on Spectre. Io just picked up a mech, has the Trusty Shovel. One of the better items you can get on Io.
Stun.
Healing self, they're in.
Chain disable. Disruption. It saves up Dendy for a little while, but my goodness, the damage. It's an onslaught here from NIGMA. Bait. Being churned up and spit out. NIGMA, it's time. It's time. LeBron calls him. 21 stun. At least they got 1 kill Lacoste, but NIGMA really showing here 16 and a half minutes, annihilating Bait in game 1.
I believe they should not lose the bottom lane with Timbersaw and Shadow Demon. That
Dire team ban. Radiant Dire team ban. 10 seconds remain. Radiant team ban. Dire team ban. Radiant team ban. Dire team ban. Radiant team ban. Dire team pick. Radiant team pick. Radiant team, Dire team.
Shadow Demon. Mars!
Ten seconds remaining.
Welcome back, everybody, to our series here between NIGMA and Bait for the ESL 1 Los Angeles 2020 online regional for Europe. It's Group A, and we've got ourselves an interesting series. A 16.5-minute for NIGMA in Game 1. Draft for Game 2 already begun. I'm Gareth, joined by Lacoste, as we have our first picks.
Yes, we do. I love the approach of Bait in the second game. They banned Timbersaw, so they can't pick it. Very nicely done. This bottom lane, I'm still thinking they should have won that bottom lane. Timbersaw is the hero that should have carried them through the early and the mid game, but the game just ended. When Spectre ends the game in 15 minutes, you know you messed up.
Yeah, the rhythm was off there. Bait couldn't get into the groove at all. So Timbersaw, Ember Spirit, Chen, Kotl, Lycan, Nature's Prophet, Ancient Apparition, Queen of Pain banned out in that first phase. SD Mars, DPIO, Meepo being removed out even after the nerf stick whacked him around the face pretty damn hard. You still have to respect Meepo players such as Excalibur for sure. What is ban here? Like, it doesn't feel like it was a draft issue, right? It felt like it was just execution. They done fucked up. They messed their lanes up.
Yeah, sometimes it's all it takes. You know, lose all 3 lanes and suddenly the game's just over. Even though the bottom lane that they lost, and if they had a decent amount of farm on the mid and top lane, I think the outcome would still be the same. Now they have that Prophet IO, a lot of sustain. There is no AA to counter this. Not sure who builds into Spirit Vessel this game. Phil even planned to build one in the previous one. Ghostic will be playing Mars, I assume. They could swap things around. We've seen some Mars position 4, and Shadow Demon could be 5. But I prefer to have Shadow Demon at position 4, like give him a bit of farm.
Yeah. Get that ETH and especially. Such a powerful item on him. Demonic Purge, disruption, just everything, you know? Get that extra range on it. Beautiful stuff. I'm thinking long and hard about this ban. Guys, honestly, just ban Mirana or something. Get rid of the Shrag. I don't know. It seems impossible to choose a hero to actually remove out. Okay, yeah, okay. I'm very happy with that ban, actually. We were talking about it in the previous game. This hero looking very good whenever he is picked. 9 and 2 out of the 11 games here. 82% rate that translates to.
And Io plus this Alchemist, it really sounds scary.
Oh. Sending shivers down my spine.
10 seconds remaining.
You also need some kind of burst damage on bait to take down Io and Death Prophet. Alright, this is burst damage, so that means that Shadow Demon will be played as 4 Lich, exclusively played as position 5. Lich is also a hero that has a pretty high win rate in this tournament.
Yeah, he was up at 60-odd%, right? 60 something. Where was he? 65, yeah, 65%. 15 and 23 games.
10 seconds
Great with the Mars,
remaining.
that Frost Shield able to chase people down, get the spear going.
5
But of course, you've got
seconds
Chain
remaining.
Frost into the arena of blood. And Io is always going to be tethered up to someone, so you've got that double target roping around from NIGMA. That kind of have big red target on their back.
Pick.
Earthshaker. Ooh. This is a big kind of mind game in the draft now from NIGMA, isn't it? Like, are they shifting Io to 1? Are they putting GH on the Earthshaker? Or does Mind Control play the Earthshaker? You're not quite sure where these heroes are heading.
All these top teams are doing it, like picking heroes that can be
10
played
seconds
multiple
remaining.
roles, so you don't know until the pretty much last pick who's playing what.
5
We've seen that
seconds remaining.
quite a lot in the Chinese region as well. I want to see some burst damage. They have a lot of team fights, Mars and Lich ulti. I believe Enigma will pick an offlaner that gives them
Pick.
something who buys like a pipe. They definitely need one against Mars, Lich, Demon. Okay, so they don't have the like real answer for the Morphling. Earthshaker is fine with the instant lockdown once he gets a Blink Dagger. Death Prophet at an earlier point and Silence, but right now he should be able to get the Morph off.
This is where they pick Necro for NIGMA.
5 seconds
EP
remaining.
Necro. Because they've played Necro in a couple of different roles. I'm pretty sure Mind Control has played it. They've given it to Wii. They shift things around. DP could still be played side lanes. We've seen some support Death Prophet. Hell, do whatever the heck you want in this patch.
Any kind of mana burn is good. Like, it's a very good Slark game so far. From what I see against Morph, Lich, Mars, they can't insta-kill you. They have no damage they can throw on the ground while you're Shadow Danced.
Oh, I guess picking Necro into Shadow Demon Demonic Purge is pretty nasty, right?
That's true.
Radiant team ban.
Phantom Lancer.
Okay, so another mana burn hero against the Morphling. And all these illusions will
Double-
mitigate some of the damage, yeah, from Lich ulti. Morphling really hates to play into mana burn. Remember when Morph cost mana?
Yeah, that it was even worse back then.
10 seconds remaining.
But remember when you could morph while you were stunned?
I'm
5 seconds remaining.
Oh, I'm going to press this button and you cannot kill me. Haha. What a stupid hero. Final ban for bait.
It could still be a Death Prophet off lane.
Yeah.
The problem is bait has this last pick.
Like the big thing-
Dragonite once again.
Big thing for me is like Io and Earthshaker are both GH heroes. So one of those has to be picked up by GH. Which means one of them has to be I feel anyway, has to be a core. Which is making me think that DP is going to be Kuroki's like POS 5 hero.
Have they played it before?
I don't know.
Yesterday, someone playing Death Prophet 5, some
It was
CIS team.
Misha, wasn't it?
I believe it was.
I mean, Kuroki's played support Clinks, right? Why the hell wouldn't he just play support Death Prophet? Well, whichever way we look at it, they are still very open. Final ban for them. Looking for that mid laner. Don't believe Dendy's played the kind of position 1 for bait. He is much more of that active playmaking utility hero from the mid lane.
I know.
Morphling much more the carry.
I know Dandy likes to play Mars as mid. So if it's fine, they might swap things around.
Would you just... I mean, Puck is a pretty solid ban, right? Leash against the PL, silence, nuke damage to gap close, jump on DPIO. And it's a Dendy special.
Dire team, pick.
Broodmother. So is that indicating DP mid? Or is this last hero a hero that struggles against the Brood?
NIGMA is one of the hardest teams to draft against. Like, I know NIGMA
10 seconds remaining.
has a lot of fans, so they're playing bad. There's a lot of hate. But in terms of them drafting, it's very hard to predict what they're gonna do. Like, who's gonna be playing what? They play variety of the heroes. Team is very flexible.
Radiant team,
And
pick.
it's one of the hardest teams to read, like what they're gonna do. It's gonna be
Like, where did the Darkseer come from?
mind control, Darkseer. Man, he's been winning a lot of games with this hero.
Suddenly Darkseer. Oh, that's going to be your pipe carrier, right? You were looking for the auras from the offlane. So if it's Darkseer for mind control, PL for miracle,
Seconds remaining.
Earthshaker, Io and G8 and Earthshaker, which
remaining.
brand do you put it?
GH, Earthshaker, and Io and Kuro.
And DP just mid for Wii?
Yes.
Choose your
Pango
hero.
last
So
pick
is
from
it Pango mid or is it Mars mid? That's the question. Mars mid.
You were right, you called it. GHIO, so yeah, it's going to be... Oh, is it Kuro Darkseer and Mind Control Earthshaker? Give us the support Darkseer. Show us what it's... Show us what it's like. No, sad. Kuroki Earthshaker.
So with Pango,
In the end, NIGMA actually have it pretty standard.
they do. I think Pangolier, once again, Ghostic has a hero that can win them the games. Rolling Thunders and the backlines, finding Io. You can bounce off Earthshaker's Fisher, so Kuro needs to be careful how he's gonna land those.
And they've got tons of ways to jump onto that IO as well. Bait with a pretty good draft, but again, you know, we talk about it so often, this patch, this meta comes down to laning stage. How well can you come out of those lanes? Group up as 5, fight around your objectives, collapse on those 4-minute runes, defend your tier 1s mid especially, and then control up the outposts. It doesn't... See, I think that's one of my favorite things about this patch, is it feels less systematic and less kind of, you know, rhythmic as the previous ones, where it was like, take the enemy safe lane tier 1, go into jungle,
I stopped
control of jungle.
listening when you use the word algorithmic.
Yeah, I mean, that's when you should stop listening. That's when games get boring. We want excitement. We want chaos. As we'll take a quick look at this video before we get ourselves properly to the game. ESL 1, of course, sponsored by Mercedes with the MVP.
Let's shake things up.
You really should prepare for battle.
And back in we go. Bait up against NIGMA here in game 2 of this best of 3. NIGMA with a 16.5 victory in game 1. This time around, Bait looking, you know, as good draft-wise. We'll have to see how the lanes fare, of course, with Lich. Go stick on that Pangolier. King Arc, Shadow Demon up top. Dendy mid on the Mars against Weehard DP. While down bottom, Mind Control Darkseer and Kuroki playing that Earthshaker,
to battle.
Excalibur morphling, while the PL and IO, Miracle and GH respectively, cutting through a bunch of trees up already.
And a chameleon.
They're once again prepared for this lane. Headress on GH, cutting down the trees. Both heroes have Magic Stick against Shadow Demon. If he decides this game that Shadow Poison is a good spell instead of Disruption.
I think we quickly have to restart the Discord call. I was praising it not too long ago. Like 5 minutes ago, I was saying how good the Discord call quality was, and of course now it's like, nope.
Stay frosty.
And the odds looking pretty heavily favored towards NIGMA there after game one. 1.04 return for NIGMA and 9.22 for Bates. Pretty wild.
I guess that's expected, considering that they got only one kill in the previous game. So they have full vision on the top lane, since they cut down all the trees on the side. Pangolier needs to be careful about using Swashbuckle, like offensively. It's a 20-second cooldown spell. King R, once again, will get the pull off.
Mind control down bottom. Forced to salve. He's going to stack up the wave, it looks like. Force Morphling to farm under tower. That Frost Blast, you know, you're talking about cooldowns. 7 seconds on Frost Blast, doing a magnificent job against MC on this DS. And a great Fisher there. Kuroki blocking off Excalibur so he can't join the waves, and they will push forward. Look at that second one connecting though. So top lane, the vision you're talking about, all the trees cut down. Miracle 6-0 to the Pangos 4-0, but Ghostic chasing GHIO back as King R has dragged wave between tier 1, tier 2 up at top. And mid lane looking pretty good for us so far. 7-2 against 4-0.
Great very nice attack animation. So early on, he will get the better CS once that Prophet hits like level 3. She will be using Spirit Siphons to heal up. Dendi. Oh, he has no mana for the spear. It would have been the first blood. Problem is, in this matchup, Mars has very limited mana pool. So if you use Spear just to cancel out the Spirit Siphon, you're going to be playing without mana for the next minute.
We will have that Soul very shortly. Also has the salve. MC 5 TS. Earthshaker with a couple. Looks like Kuroki's job is going to be contesting pulls, dragging waves for the most part here. Top lane pressure from Miracle and GH though. Pull across by the Shadow Demon. Fully contested by NIGMA. It doesn't feel like Pango or SD can really stand up against a sustain. You mentioned the...
Remember when people were just controlling the lanes near their towers so no one's getting XP? Now you want to push them out. Your supports drag the creep wave to the side camp. Deny a lot of XP from the enemy while you're still farming.
Allows you to play much more aggressively and get stuff done like this. Push damage onto your opponents. They still have a few tangos up their sleeve. SD with the boots as well. Allows them to get out of danger. But yeah, Miracle probably just going to shove this wave as quickly as possible. Get across to the pull camp. Continue getting that CS. Deep about a wave. That continued mid lane, but still trading very nicely. MC being pinged out here. Bait want to get a good amount of damage onto him. Pushing that wave towards his tier 1 as Kuroki also drags the additional wave coming back in. Well, let's see what LeBron can do to stop this Earthshaker mucking around with equilibrium.
And nothing.
Yeah, absolutely not. Oh, one Frost Blast. Kuroki just walked off.
LeBron is saving a point just in case like they get the Darkseer very low, and then he uses Sinister Gaze instead of Frost Shield. Like, this lane is very strong. Plays with any hero that can get on top of you, close the gap, Morphling is that hero, but it's not that efficient against the Surge. Oh, LeBron in trouble. That's gonna be first blood.
Down good. It's a Lich. Mid.
What LeBron can do.
Absolutely nothing. And we've been saved up mid lane as well.
Oh, Miracle.
Kept alive by the GHIO. Well, top Miracle. Yeah, chased by GH. Every lane has got action happening.
I love how Fate is like reading the map. Since there was GH rotation on the mid lane, they instantly start playing aggressive on the top lane. They know that there's no heal coming out from IO. Yeah, man, IO will have Flask to bring to Miracle. He's gonna be full HP.
Nice bounty ring grabbed there by Kuro, and Excalibur wait for him to secure the kill. The back. That's mind control with a level 1 vacuum. Disrupted up though. Stopped in his tracks and double a bait. Excalibur and King are getting up on the board. 2-1. Coming out of that bot lane looking pretty decent.
If this game goes post like 25-30 minutes, Phantom Lancer gets farmed. Shadow Demon Etherland's cast range, like using disruption on PA illusions is gonna cause so much problems for NIGMA. And you have Purge against Darkseer, removing both Surge and the Ion Shell from the target. So Ingar will, like, can't compare it to the previous game because they had 1 kill. But the Shadow Demon and his positioning and what he's doing is gonna be crucial this game.
His positioning now smoked up mid. Catching out DP. Arena of Blood, and they had a spear into those Guardians, but the heal from the IO, not quite enough. Even with a salve and 1 charges, GH could not keep we alive. 3-1 now for Bait. Laning stage looking much better. Bottom lane, Mind Control. The Sinister Gaze there from LeBron to stop the surge from allowing Mind Control to run. They don't have Adaptive Strike, and Waveform still on cooldown. But
Mind
very good
Control
pressure.
Came prepared to this lane. Infused Raindrop, Magic Wand. So he's building all these small cheap items just so that he can survive. He was prepared for that Sinister Gaze.
Yo, King R. Big stacks. Getting some money, getting some XP. Darkseer has a couple of stacks, falls back on them to farm. Kuroki building up even more. High ground observer ward from the Radiant. In fact, 3 wards from the Radiant all around this mid lane, giving them perfect vision of when they're playing. Expending your vision early though, you know, it's going to secure you a pretty good early laning stage, but you'll be lacking in those observer wards around that 10-12 minute mark. Iron Talon for King R. He has cleared through all of these jungle camps. Very speedily heading towards level 6.
When you have a self-sustainable offlaner like Timbersaw, like Pango is usually not the one if you put a pressure on him, but IO doesn't provide any kind of stun lockdown. They caught DZ once again.
Down. Anger rolling in. Capping in the IO. Sinister Gaze there, and GH tried to tether across to Kuroki. But another little bonus kill there from Bait. 8 minutes in, we're looking at Mars, level 7. Dandy. Being blocked up. Double damage rune is up top though, so he can refill his bottle regardless. King R is still farming jungle.
I don't mind that. Like, if he can do that, here is getting solo XP on the top lane. Some nice tier 1 items dropping for them. Keen Optic, Faded Brooch.
Radiant's bottom tower
Mars has Ironwood Tree. So any extra stats mana for Mars early on is a very good item.
Strange to say,
Keen Optic for Shadow Demon. That efficient early on, but in the mid game, it's what matters. Not a good spear on the tower.
The heal from GH, not enough again. Rotations come through, and Bait make it work. I thought they would get the Darkseer kill earlier on, but Mind Control did escape as LeBron fell mid. But the rotation from not only Bendy, but Excalibur's Morphling.
Tower is under attack.
3.9k up on him. But we can't forget Miracle on this Phantom Land into complete free farm. 4.5k net worth. Pressuring into Ghostic. Moving in towards his Diffusal Blade pretty quickly. And PL is a hero that Miracle can absolutely go off on. And with the laning phase, net worth lead, everything, you know, 6-2, okay, you're 4 kills ahead, you've shut down the docks here a bit, DP's looking sad and worse for wear, but it's only a 1k lead overall. You haven't got this insurmountable, massive, you know, critical mass behind that can carry them through.
They are farming a lot, and they have a good ways to deal with BL. Have tank clear with the lucky shot. Goes big roll.
Still connecting with the rolling thunder, but he's micro the illusion away, baiting with his hero standing still.
Hero.
Bounty runes look like it's 2 for 2.
1 for 1.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
And for one outburst, you're absolutely right. Goes to some bottle charges, but Daddy's not going to give them to him. He's going to return to mid, secure the farm. It can just go and get his bounty rune back there.
But also remember, it's a Morphling against the Earthshaker. So this is how you win a game. I've seen some Galaxy Brain plays when you play Earthshaker against Morphling.
Arena of Blood with the spear and we. Is that 4 in a row?
Yeah.
1-4-0. Tears in her eyes as the Death Prophet really hasn't got off the ground. She sees him back up in 5 seconds.
Yeah. So I was talking about the big plays when you're playing Earthshaker against Morphling. You don't skill enchant totem at all, so he can't get it.
Just don't let him out. Level 6 here. Kuroki hasn't leveled up ulti yet. Still holding a point. There we go. Excalibur bottom. No silence here from the DP, so I don't think there's kills. Try and group around her and maybe push the tier 1 exorcism. It's a little risky though. I feel like Bait can come down and defend that quite nicely. But they've got the response, NIGMA. That's, you know, ace up relocate with Pia, able to join from across the map whenever needed.
Has that ever been cause for celebration?
That's what's being respected here by Bait. Allow that tier 1 bottom to drop, pressure the one head.
Tower is being subjected to
Mind control, level 3 vacuum, only 1 point in the surge.
Radiant's bottom tower has fallen. Myself.
What? Is that normal now, Lacoste?
Dire's top tower is under attack.
I believe so. I've seen some Darkshire going for it since the recent change of percentage base to flat 250. Look at his move speed.
Yeah.
630 and duration is 1 second per level. Also, I guess they want to fight early on. An Earthshaker who is level 6. One of the reasons why they want to like give Phantom Lancer more farm, so they are able to take a fight. I don't think you need more than 3 points in the vacuum.
Smoke from Bait. Behind there too on mid. As Excalibur shows on the tier 1 dire side. Backstab from NIGMA. Probably coming in. We has been scattered out by the poison of King R. And Dendi. Arena of Blood, not coming, he's stopped the stop. Shadow Demon focused down, blown completely out of the water. In that river is demolished as Kuroki doesn't get a single spell off. Dies to the hands of Excalibur, and inside this arena, Miracle and Weave, Chain Frost bounces, annihilating NIGMA. 3 down, we will follow. It is beautiful from Bait as Mind Control under the sentries revealed up. Doxy has to surge away.
Oh, Mind Control was extremely greedy on the top lane, like staying there one more wave. He wanted some extra XP, had invis in the bottle. There was already been pressure on lanes. Much game played this.
11-3, yeah, we're seeing a complete turn of the tables. 13.5 minutes in. Phantom Lancer is still top of net worth with that Diffusal Blade. But I think NIGMA might just need a little more time here. Get that pipe up on the docks here, get your initial items, really. Earthshaker wants the Blink Dagger, GH wants Mech over on the IO, and DP wants an item. Any item. Null, Bracer. Phase Boot's now done. She's a little tankier than she once was. But no Yules, no real utility coming out of her just yet.
Pangolier with this kind of a build will also scale Maelstrom against PL and the Illusions, of course, extremely effective. And this lads opens up the Roche for you and the team. Like, it's no joke, it's 25% lifesteal, especially for the Morphling. What is Morphling building? Dragonlance. Oh, it's been a while since I saw that item.
Yeah, Morbid Mask, Dragonlance, Manta style now queued up.
Radiant's bottom tower
Gonna give him a bit of range there to click into DPIO.
Celebration?
Can always get this.
Good silence.
Morph.
Has the Frost Shield. The Chain Frost in towards GH. Nothing to bounce to, though. It will just be the IO to fall with the Sinister Gaze and the Frost Blast taking him down. Exorcism going in mind control. Trapped inside the arena with the Death Puppet. Trying to heal back up, but the Echo Slam catching Deadly. It's so tanky. The Frost Shield finally picks him off with from Kuro, and a good start yet again from Wee. It's Ghost Stick Swashbuckle at the ready. Ghost Stick. I don't think he can get out of this one. He's got spells remaining. Swashbuckle in 2. Miracle with the final touches. Oh, the shield crash.
Oh,
the damage and the lifesteal coming out with that disarm onto PL. Somehow, Ghost Stick gets out of there. To stop the stun from Kuro. He will line up the Fisher, and King R drops even on his own ramp. NIGMA striking back with great success there.
This is the peak of Phantom Lancer. Like, you get the Diffusal Blade, you feel very strong, especially with IO being tethered up to you. Like, we've been struggling. But look at all these cheap items that he bought. 2 Null Talismans, a Casual Bracer, and a Magic one. So he wants to be able to fight with the team. Nice spear on the mid lane.
Yeah, Miracle. Still thinking about turning and fighting. He wants that tier 1. Wee just plants himself in front of his opponent as IO arriving, denied from Mars. Dendi gets the job done. Removes the gold away from NIGMA, but the chase is on from Miracle towards LeBron. Dodging the spear with the doppelganger on LeBron. Diffusal Blade slows him up, but Morphling strikes into the backlines. DP annihilated by the Adaptive Strike and a double kill for Excalibur. As Kuro, he's just going to bail away from this. Doppelganger to high ground gets Miracle out. Spear flying, but doesn't catch him. And all that for a tier 1 that was denied.
I feel the
For bait.
has much stronger team fight before Earthshaker gets a Blink Dagger, and he is buying a lot of sentries, which means that he's not gonna get it. Now Mars has a Blink Dagger for himself, so he can be setting up those arenas much better. 3 points in Soul Catcher. This spell just destroys Phantom Lancer and his illusions, unless you use a Doppelganger, so you dispel them.
Pipe and wand here from Mind Control, still at 500 HP? Okay, never mind. Morphling shuts it down. I thought NIGMA potentially could come in and find some room to play around with. PL wants to just continue farming. Kuroki miles away from that Blink Dagger.
Dire's
Where's GH? GH still needs a mech. 650 gold off that recipe. 16-6. Bait with 3 top 4 net worth. Shadow Demon, of course, looking pretty good in the support arena. Etherland's done, working on the Glimmer Cape.
Being attacked like nobody's business.
And you were talking about Roshan. It's potential here. If Bait get 1 or 2 kills, just swing into the pit, can't they?
Yes, they can. Man, having Glimmer Cape and Force Staff on your supports feels so much worse because of the cast range reduction. Like, you need to stand so close, so any kind of item that gives you cast range, like Ether Lens, and I've seen Keen Optic being on Shadow Demon, now he swapped it. He gave it to Lich.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
Dead Prophet wants to hit level 12, so Ghosts go from 8 to 16, double the amount.
That's when she starts feeling a bit stronger. Has Van Brace here for Wee DP. Doesn't look like Nigma want to contest Roshan right now. Ghost Stick and Excalibur in the pit. King are ready with LeBron to
stress.
Blink and Arena of Blood. And that will be Aegis in the hands of Excalibur's Morphling. Manta style very nearly completed to give him that extra bit of safety in these fights.
He can play extremely greedy before Earthshaker gets a Blink Dagger with Manta style, can get rid of the silence easily.
That was a risky TP from Pango. Good cancel.
Oh, both outposts controlled by Dire.
Bounty Rune's going to get controlled up by Radiant, though, it looks like. 3-1 again.
Arms for the dead.
DP has Yules completed. BKB queued now. They can't give Kuroki any farm priority because GH, yeah, he's about to complete that mech with a double damage rune. He's farming jungle. Dark Seer, 1,000 gold saved up. I guess Blink wouldn't be bad here for mind control. Maybe a Force Staff to get away from Lich, Pango, Morphling, Mars. So much gap close and catch, as we see here onto Kuroki. Earthshaker ceases to exist. And Io relocate back to Fountain, trying to save up the Earthshaker with a relocate tether, it looked like.
Under attack.
Not going to get the job done. They're spam pinging it out. They want to try and catch the GHIO. Let's see. Can he tether to DP? Just in time, away he goes with a demonic purge onto Wee. Silence misses Excalibur, so they dive in with the spear back. Wee still healing up significantly through the soul siphons, but even with the Steel Scepter up, he's taking out absolute pummeling. Nice. Echo slam onto the Lich. But Morphling still going as Wee, I don't know how he's still alive, Lacoste. He's kept himself flowing through this fight now. TP out from Dendi, bait have overextended. NIGMA get 2 kills, searching for Excalibur in the back lines. He's TP'd himself away, so the 3 cores of the Radiant do escape.
It was a buyback for Kuro, but it's what they need to do. They need to get rid of these 2 supports and then focus on the rest. Like killing Lich before he could get the ult off, or Shadow Demon before he could get any of the spells off, most importantly Soul Catcher or a Disruption defensively. Now they're chasing. They're fighting into Aegis.
The pings are coming. Excalibur walks straight past the ramp. Fisher there with a silence to follow. Morphling. He has Manta and Aegis, and a disruption onto the PL will create a couple of illusions for the SD. That is beautiful from Bait. They knew exactly what was coming. He Mantas and doppelgangers, but he doesn't get out of the Mars. Oh, he does! He does get out of the Mars ulted. Miracle with a tether now from GH back into the PL and the TP home. NIGMA have disengaged, and I just don't believe it. My eyes deceive me. Surely, Lacoste, none of them die?
I thought that was gonna end in disaster. Not the target that you want to go for. Morphling with the Aegis and Manta style. You start with the silence from DP. Like, he can just get rid of that easily. Also, Shadow Demon was in a vicinity to use Disruption. And there's some really nice plays you can do because of the Fisher from Earthshaker, either Spear of the Mars, or you can bounce with the Rolling Thunder off of that. Thank God they changed that Essence Ring is not a heal anymore.
What, so Io can't use it properly?
Yeah.
Nice chain stun into silence. Onto the Ghost Stick Pango. Exorcism expended, so NIGMA here would like to get a little bit more. LeBron gives away his positioning, so 2 quick kills here for NIGMA, and maybe even a tier 2 middle lane. PL shoving out top lane, and map control just like that, at the drop of the hat. It's straight into the hands of NIGMA.
You do not expect a team to play this aggressively if you're the one who's holding Aegis. Like, they're finding a lot of the kills.
Their bottom tower has fallen.
Bait, they should group up and try to make stuff happen. They still have only a minute left on Aegis, so it's not going to be used properly. They lost 2 tier 2 towers now.
Radiant's top tower has
Morphling does get a good shove down bottom lane.
Dire's bottom tower.
And yeah, 45 seconds on the Aegis. Mid tier 2, half HP, still reasonably healthy. And it is a minute and a half on Exorcism, as NIGMA are a little reliant on that ulti to make these team fights work. Give some farm priority to Kuroki. A lot of it getting stolen by the Iron Shell from Darkseer. Soul Catcher mid, Wee holding the Ewels for now. Turns with the Spirit Siphon. Where's the backup for Wee here? The IO comes in with a heal and the relocate home. Do you leave Wee in Fountain or do you come back in to fight? NIGMA are kind of skirting around the edges of this area. They want to tether back the IO, looks like, and just try and get him out of there. Unfortunately for DH, Sinister Gaze and Spear will shut down that plan. Dead for 30 seconds and an opening for bait. PL out across the map as Mind Control looks for a Lotus Orb. Only about 900 gold away from it. You can disassemble those arcane boots.
That's a great item. This removing the star from Pangolier. Another good Versalti on the mid. No, there's no IO, so there's not gonna be any kind of save.
Kuro still over 1,000 gold away from Blink Dagger. It is a long, long road towards that first item.
Great item against the Soul Catcher.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
What is Mars building? BKB. Still a bit low on the damage, relying just on Arena of Blood.
Miracle. Chasing, good vacuum. Cancels the Rolling Thunder for a second. Bail away. NIGMA still trying to fight in the backlines. Wee is focusing on kick off, but the turnaround comes from Dendi Excalibur. Weehaw gets shredded. And now what does NIGMA do? They've got to run. They've got to hide. This Radiant side looking like a light bulb has popped over their head. Hey, hang on a second. We can just kill DP over and over again.
Dire's middle tower.
Shut down his Earthshaker already.
Radiant's bottom tower.
At what point is this Phantom Lancer going to be able to 1v5?
Pause for celebration.
Is this the kind of game he can?
Well, Phantom Lancer definitely is one of the strongest carries in the game. But remember, you're playing against a Shadow Demon. Once he maxes out Disruption, he's going to be using that offensively, lowering the cooldown, and he wants to have PL. One thing that I was thinking of, like, what if Morph was building Diffusal Blade Manta style?
Oh, like the old days.
Yeah, like the old days, but then again, you're playing against the Earthshaker, so he could just wipe you out with the Echo Slam.
That's true.
Okay, you have one PL. Morph turns into him, gets Diffusal Blade. With the Shadow Demon, you have more than him.
More illusions.
I think the game would just crash. Remember when we had Phantom Lancer against DB?
Radiant's bottom tower.
With, yeah, and if you add like a Monkey King into the game as well. Like Wukong's command plus reflection onto PL. FPS goes into negative digits. Neutral items, Lacoste. What have we got? Greater Fairy Fire and Paladin Sword for the Radiant. Repair Kit, Titan Sliver, and Enchanted Quiver over on the Dire. PL with the Titan Sliver, pretty good item. Status resistance, always handy. Bait wants to try and close this one out. Roshan fast spawn is in 2 seconds, so a fight now could open things up for them as they hunt for the PL. With the IO in the jungle. NIGMA are pinging themselves out. They'd get away. Earthshaker shoving out top lane. Very well dodged.
Earthshaker just wants to get his Blink Dagger. 700 gold away from it.
Good bait, guys. I want my blink.
If someone shows he's gonna go back to the lane, try to farm it up. 2 heroes showing on the mid lane. Kuroki get of the trees, farm that Blink Dagger.
That blink is 20 a 3k lead for bait, but it's kind of plateaued out. They've not had more than a 4k lead really throughout this game, even though they're ahead for the past, well, 20 minutes. Experience very even as well, as they do scout Miracle. Doppelganger early, has the Manta on cooldown, so no way to get out of the spear. Pushed out Arena of Blood though, and GH is still giving heals up to the Phantom Panther. Destroyed though, as the damage comes out of bait. 5 heroes strong. Takes down the Phantom Lance and they are follow, so 60 seconds. They've got to I've got a bit of a clock here where I can go and take potential tier 2s, move back into Roshan, but a minute and a half on the Roshan timer makes things a bit awkward for them.
Very nicely done by Ghostic. He clips the Phantom Lancer, then tries to find Io. He understands that there is Io somewhere. They had a vision of him with that, I'm gonna call it a weird observer board, but they found Io, so he stopped, relocate. Roche will respawn in a minute. Another Titan Sliver for Radiant.
Oh, Morphling, yeah.
Both Paladin Sword and Titan Sliver dropped.
Dire's bottom.
Raider very
so
fire
close.
on Dendi. Building some damage items right now. Deso has level 25 damage talent.
I'm a big fan of this. Kuro given the Vambrace, keeping on int for the spell amp, and his blink is 100 gold away. Level 2 slam with spell amp, going to be pretty massive here. There it is. Blink Dagger Earthshaker, 30 minutes in. He is position 5, so you can't hold it against him. Kind of free flow of big items now coming out. BKB for the Death Prophet already. Phantom Lancer very close to Abyssal Blade. He's had Diffusal Blade for about 20 minutes already, level 12. Jeez.
Here's the smoke from Nigma. And GH what a bro. He bought a couple of sentries so that Earthshaker can farm his Blink Dagger.
Swashbuckler forward, opens up Ghost, and that is a nice little pick off. Roshan now, he respawns literally as Ghost Stick dies. This is going to get scouted, Nigma knows. Buyback ready on the Pangolier. Shadow and Glimmer Cape, double bracer there on the Lich. Mars, 9-second BKB. Kuroki, no blink. Echo Hammer is annihilated by Excalibur, diving in with his own BKB, but bashed up by the PM. Still has the Manta style to create a couple of illusions of himself. Mind control holding up the wall of the vacuum, but you're right. The Morpho mana forced to morph. He diving in deep versus 5 of the rest of the team arrive. Now the Yule's up onto getting outplayed. Back up the hero down. Morphling out of Bell back to base and back into rope. Kuroki didn't even need to slam.
The cat. The game even full man